Hey, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Talk Tuesday. If you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time, Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment where we go over tips to enhance your finances. Today, we're going to be discussing 3 budget types that you need to know. Hey, thank you for hopping in. I miss you guys. We took a week off. Remember, last time we were here, I wasn't feeling well. I'm feeling much better. I can talk however I choose. I don't have to change the way I'm talking or not laugh and all this stuff just so I don't, break out coughing. So I hope you guys had a good hey. Oh, thank you guys for hopping in. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone got a chance to vote. And we are going to get into it. So we're going to talk about 3 different types of budgets. I'm going to tell you what they are, how we would, actually use this budget type and who it's best for. Thank you so much. You're glad I'm feeling better. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So let's get into it. So, Coach D, the budget coach, wouldn't be the budget coach if I didn't tell you about some budgets. So I try not to talk about budgets every single time we get together, but we haven't talked about budgets in a while. So today we're going to talk about hello. So today we're going to talk about hey. We're going to talk about different budget types. All right. So the first budget type we're going to go into is a budget type that many people talk about. It is a budget type that is a beginner type of budget. It's a budget that most people typically start with, and that's the 50/30/20 budget type. So that would be 50% of your needs, 30% of your wants, and 20% in savings. So that budget type is good for someone who's just starting out. That helps you to really break down what you have going on, to really see the type of expenses you have, and just getting started with budgeting. So that one for me, well, you have to do the budget type that's best for you. For me, I feel like that one could be very difficult for someone who's just starting out budgeting, although that is the budget type that most people start with because that's the one that most people know about. It is sometimes difficult to break your expenses down into the 50/30/20 because a lot of times it doesn't break down evenly like that. So most people who are starting out budgeting, 50%, their needs are more than 50%, which will make it almost impossible to do the 50/30/20 because guess what? Now I'm already rolling into needing more in one area, which could become frustrating, which could make you to, give up with it already. Like, oh, I can't do this. They're saying do this, break it down. Is this easy? It's easy to calculate the amount. It's easy to get to how much you need to put for your wants, your needs, and your savings. But if it doesn't work out, it could be difficult. So, but if it does work out for you, that might be the perfect budget type for you. So, first things first, for any type of budget that you would do, you have to see your income, find out how much it is, find out the amount that you're actually bringing home so you can use that as your starting point, and then take a moment or however long it takes you, because it depends on how many expenses you have. But write down all of your expenses. Write down how often you pay them. Write down what time of the month you pay them. At the beginning, at the middle, at the end, things like that, and that can help you to create that budget, whatever budget type it is. But that was budget type number one. Let me look at my list and see what I have for number two. Number two, I have for hey, number two, I have the number two budget type I have is the envelope budget type. So a lot of times we hear about this one as well, and that one is good for someone who you typically overspend. So that one you're able to see your money, you're able to see what's going on with it, you're able to, have your money in your hands. In the bank, sometimes we don't look at our bank account and we're just using our card and just, sliding. We are not always tracking how much is in there. So that can help us to not help us, but help us to overspend, lead us to overspend because we don't look at what we have before we start spending, or we don't look since the last time we were spending. We don't check and see if things come out of our bank account before we're spending again. We don't realize that, sometimes things take maybe a day or two to come out, if it's the weekend, or just like we just had the holiday yesterday. So maybe if you got something over the weekend, stuff probably didn't come out till today. So if you spent and then you woke up today like, what? My account, my account's in a negative. What the heck's going on? Because sometimes you might peek at your bank account too, and you have to be mindful that things like that, sometimes things don't come out right away. And some people take longer to pull it depending on, you might schedule for this day. There might be a different time zone, which might lead it to hitting the next day. So be mindful. So I think a tip for that, which will be really cool for everyone, is When you write down all of your expenses that you're paying, mark down paid, go back and mark down that it came out of your bank account. But if you're using the envelope type, which I'm talking about, see, I got off topic. If you're using the envelope type budget, then you would actually already have all of your money out of the bank, right? You're going to have it, you're going to pull it out, see what all your expenses are, pull that amount out. Then you're going to make envelopes for different expenses. So your mortgage, your rent, your gas for your car, maybe your gas for the home, maybe your insurance, your childcare, your whatever expenses you have, your food, going grocery shopping. Don't forget about that. So for all of those expenses, you're pulling all the money out. You're making an envelope for every one of those items and putting the money in there. So let's say you have an envelope that says groceries and you have 200 in there. Well, when you go to the grocery store, this is what you're using. So to be strong, you would just take that 200 with you and not go over it. And then I should figure out how I can link another video to that I already did that talks about grocery shopping on a budget, or just, being mindful when shopping at the grocery store. I have to figure out how to link that into this so you guys can, check that out too, because that would be beneficial right now at this point. But when you have your envelope, it helps you to just stick with it. And then you can write on your envelope, be, practical with it, do different things. Don't be so strict to yourself. Like, so let's say your envelope for the groceries is $200 and you go and your groceries come out to $300. Everything's higher now. So that's very possible. So then what you could do is write on your envelope $300. So, next month when you go and do your envelopes for the next month, that you actually go in with a different amount and change it to 300. And then in that same month you're in, like, let's just say we went and it was higher and I haven't had extra money and I spent over, go adjust the rest of your envelopes, because that would be, spending that money over here. You have to pull it from somewhere else or you're going to run out of money. What's going to happen? And if you don't have, like, if what's in your envelope is all you have and you overspend in another area, that is definitely going to cause an issue before the month ends. So be mindful and adjust right then and there, or put things back if it's not things that you need. Let me see. I need to try the envelope because I am terrible at the grocery store. Well, being terrible at the grocery store is a lot of people, the first step is going in with a list, going in with a plan. Write your list out. Check some circulars. Do they still call it circulars? Check and see what's on sale, clip some coupons. Be okay with saving some money because you can use that money in other places. But do that. And then we all have our cell phones, right? So when you go in the grocery store, pull your calculator out. When you put something in your cart, put that amount on your calculator. The next time you put something, add that to your calculator, put it in your, so that as you're going along, you can see exactly where you stand with your items. And be mindful that sometimes things at the grocery store will say, like, $4.99 if you buy two or something like that, but it could be only if you have the rewards card. It could be only if you let's say clip the coupon before on their app. So everybody who has an app now, so that leads to problems. So you get to the front and like, oh no, that sale doesn't apply to you because you didn't clip it beforehand. So just be mindful and make sure you're putting on your calculator, if you are tracking as you're shopping, the amount that you put is the amount that you're going to pay, or put a little bit extra just to be safe. So when you get up to the front, you're not surprised. You don't have anything like throw you off and shock you when you get there. But the envelope method I think it's cool too, because it really allows you, it's good for people who, have to learn how to, get better with their spending. You can actually see what you're doing. You're going to pull the money right out of your envelope. You're going to put the money in the envelope so you can see how far your money is going in all the different envelopes. So I think that's a good budget site. I like that one. Number 3, I got them in different orders on my paper. I wrote them all out and then I put them in different orders. So number 3 is the pay yourself first budget. So this budget type is typically for someone who wants to, do things for, do you still sell binders with the envelopes? So, all right. So I had a bunch of them and I went to a retreat and sold all of them. I think I have one left. And I actually pulled it from my store because I only had the one left and I didn't want people to buy it. And then people buy more than one and I don't have more, but that binder is perfect for the envelope. So I'll check on that. I'll check on that for you. I sure will. But number three is the budget type pay yourself first. So you're paying yourself, you're thinking about yourself. So you're going to take money, you decide the amount. Most people say 20%, but the amount that you decide is totally up to you. And you'll do, let's say, just say for the sake of numbers, 20%. Put 20% aside as soon as you get paid. This money can go to an emergency fund for your future. This could go for savings. This could go to retirement, but it's basically things that are for you, yourself, your future. So you're paying yourself first before you do anything, before you pay any bills, before you go out and have any fun. You are paying yourself first. So this one is a good one um, for building savings because you're doing this stuff first before you even get started with your budgeting. So that's another one. A fourth type, I got to give you a bonus. I said we're giving three, but I'm going to give you four. I already wrote four down before I even got started. So the fourth is my favorite budget type. And I feel like this one is the best. That's because it's the best to me. But let's get into what it's called. Let me see, excited. The zero-based budget. So the zero-based budget is the budget type that I use. It's the budget type that I teach all of my clients. But that budget type is the type where every dollar every dollar that you make, every penny has a job. You're assigning your money somewhere. Everything that you're bringing in, you have a plan for it. So when you have a budget, let's say, or just for the mathematical, your income minus your expenses equals zero, flat out. So what you have for your income, so you'll make a budget. This one's good for like a spreadsheet, and I offer them a spreadsheet, my clients as well. So when you put your money in the spreadsheet, you put in your income for starters. You'll see how much your income is. And then after our income is in, then we go in and put all of our expenses in. And then as you're putting your expenses, the spreadsheet will switch your numbers all around. You can see what's happening when you're putting it down. Let's see, how far is it going down? And then after you get all of your expenses in, then you're able to see what you have left over. So if you have money left over, then remember we're giving a job for every dollar that we have. So if I have $200 left, then now I have to figure out, what am I going to do with this extra money? Am I going to put it in for savings? Am I going to put it for the holidays? Am I going to put it for a vacation? But you're able to see exactly how much you have left for the whole month and make a plan for it. Or for on the other end of the scale, what if you do this and you actually find out that my expenses are more than my income? So then that allows you the opportunity to pull some things off. Maybe you get your nails done. Maybe I just skip it this month. So, maybe I'm about to pay my last payment on a debt or something like that. But just having that type of budget allows you to really see what's going on and make adjustments beforehand. And another good thing with that one, and what I do with my clients also, is you're going to go in after each pay. Go in. All right. So in here, I put on my budget. This is how much I'm going to pay for these expenses. Now I got paid. Let me go in. So I said I paid $50. Well, I actually paid 60. So I got to go in and adjust that. So now I'm over. So now I got to go adjust other places. So the idea with this type of budget is that you're just able to see what's going on, like see the whole picture, and you're able to move with it. So that's my favorite type of budget. So in the comments, definitely let me know. Number one, do you have a budget? Number two, do you use any of these types of budgets? And if you don't have a budget, did any of them seem interesting to you? Did any of them seem like a budget type you will want to get started with or try in the near future? We are midway through this month, just about. So if you haven't created your budget, it's the perfect time to do it now. Especially if you haven't had a pay already in this month. So it'll be perfect you can still get started right now, make your plan out and get moving with it. So let me know about that. I would love to hear it. And while you guys are writing in the chat, I am going to pop a link in here. So tonight after this live, in about 45 minutes, I have a Zoom call where it's an interest meeting for beta members. I'm looking for beta members for my new 4-week program that I'm going to be launching. the meantime. But we'll go over your income, your debt, your savings, and your credit. So those are very important in the key points of your financial freedom. There are other numbers, that of course we go over, but those ones are very important. So we focus in on those four over a 4-week period. So I'm actually just getting 3 beta members to go through the program that I've already created to let me know, how is it? Do they like it? Do they enjoy it? And any feedback. So I'm excited about it. So I didn't even put the comment in. So I just dropped it in there. And you can, if you're interested, sign up and you come on tonight. Of course, it's a beta interest meeting. It's free. You're coming to get the information. You're coming to learn. And it didn't post did it post to Facebook? Posted on YouTube. It didn't post to LinkedIn, but I'll go over there and drop it in. But if that's something you'd be interested in, join me tonight at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, we're hopping on. We're not going to be long, just like on these lives. I'm not on here for a long time in that meeting. We're in here to get the facts, get the information, answer questions, and everybody have an amazing evening. And I look forward to getting started. So let's see comments. I like the envelope challenge. Never tried it, but I am lazy and don't want to go to the bank. I do pay my bills. I do pay my bills self first. So do you mean you pay your bills first? You're welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Well, try the envelope method. And even if, maybe you're someone who you do pay your bills online, something you could do is kind of, do it both ways. So what you could do is pay the things that you pay online, but things that you maybe don't pay in, online, do that for that. Maybe when you go to the grocery store, you can pull your cash out for that. That will help you in that area. When you're getting gas for your car, you can pull that out unless you get it on a credit card and get, points or something like that. But, there are some things that you can pull out for the envelope method, maybe so you don't affect yourself fully from throwing off your whole system that you're already doing. So try that. So if you, let's say if you're going out, you can pull an amount out for when you go out. If you're going out with friends or family or whatever like that, have an envelope for that. And you can still pull that from your budget. So you can kind of mix and mesh the different budget types. So let's say you do the zero-based budget. You can still have your different areas. Let's say you say for the month you have $100 for nails. Pull that out in the beginning of the month, put it in your envelope. So just try it. Don't be so strict. That's why a lot of people's budget do not work, because they're so strict with it. They're so tough on themselves. They don't allow themselves to be flexible. So try different things. Move around with your budget. If this would stick with it, number one, give it time to work. Sometimes we'll start and say, this is not working for me. And you did it for a week. Just give yourself a chance. Try it. Let it give it time to actually work before you say it's not working for me. And then if it's not working, then try a different type of budget. We just went over, just 4. There's plenty of them. But try a different one if it doesn't work for you. Okay. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad it was good information. I'm actually talking a lot longer than I normally do, so we're going to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate you guys for hopping on. I missed you guys last week. I thank you for coming back, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week, because we're going to be right back here Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. For those of you who will be joining me in the interest meeting, I can't wait to see you. All right. Have a good night. And anything you put in the comments afterwards, I'll respond in the comments. See ya.